having a great time at NEC. The tournament is always like a big family reunion, and this is one of the biggest ones yet. We're in a new venue, so we have all types of space that we didn't have before, so we're kind of free to move around, have a little bit of room to ourselves to chill. So as far as NECs go, this is pretty far up there. I'm having a great time. The new venue is way bigger than the old venue. Now, the old venue, what it had that this venue doesn't have is a real air of personality. It just everyone could kind of go from a room to a room and see very easily what other people were doing. But here, what we trade off for that is, like I said before, space. This venue is one of the nicest that I've been to. It's definitely one of the nicest venues that I've ever been to on the East Coast, probably all together. We have plenty of space. There are projectors all over, and we have a couple of rooms for separate games, but they're not too far off from each other. We have access to the sound system. It's just all the amenities that we really want for a tournament that we've had some trouble getting are really here right now. So it's a great step forward. Okay, my favorite NEC moment is not from this year. It goes all the way back to, I want to say, NEC XIII. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Now, during these days with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, there's a little thing called the blue screen where your controller will magically disconnect even while it's still plugged in. The blue screen pops up and it goes Wong, like the game is saying Justin Wong, as if it actually knows who the best player is. Disconnect says Wong. People have to deal with it, usually plug the controller back in and go with it. Well, the blue screens had kind of gotten very, very prevalent during this time, and it was kind of controversial how we would deal with this occurrence. For this one tournament, we decided the player that doesn't get the blue screen will have a chance to decide whether or not he takes the run back, okay? So one guy is down to literally like 5% life, okay? Game freezes. He is 3 seconds away from getting chipped out. Clearly, John Sindel is gonna get chipped out by Brahim, guy that's out here today, okay? Game pauses. Sentinel, John Sindel, jumps up from the chair, starts screaming, "No, no, I'm not taking it!" Walks clear out of the room. Gone. Didn't see him again for hours. He got that win. That was the rule. We fixed the rule after that. But that's the one that kind of goes down for me in the history of NEC. I'll never forget that. My hair has been growing, my gosh, since like 2002, 2003 now. It's kind of about as long as it's going to get unless I make these like much thicker. But I like them how they are. So this is pretty much what it's going to be, and I'm pretty happy with that. So basically a decade. So IPL has announced that they will be the exclusive esports home to Capcom games so far, Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter Cross Tekken. This is just exciting news right now. We still need a lot of details to see exactly how this is going to shake out, but everything that we've been hearing, along from the people that are actually associated with it, we've got guys that we know, Mike Ross and Dominion and so on and so forth, that have gone out on a limb and vouched for what IPL's plans are. So in that respect, I can only hope for the best. I watch other IPL content quite a bit. I like what they do, and they really seem to have a lot of support for competitive gaming scenes. They want them to do what they do, and they just want to be a part of it, help support it. Obviously, it's about them making money, but that's not the sole goal of this thing. And I think that they do have some resources to help the fighting game community grow a little bit bigger, get a few more eyes on us, and bring some of those other competitive game fans right into this fold. So has a lot of potential. I'm waiting to see what the details will be, but I really have a lot of high hopes for this. Well, collisions have always been my biggest problem with the possible inclusions of more tournaments from, a separate entity, because honestly, the fighting game tournaments are getting crowded as it is with just community events. And we've had collisions already without any help from any esports leagues. So we've already had to deal with this kind of thing. Of course it's going to happen in the future as video games grow, as fighting games grow, as Street Fighter, Marvel grows, DOA grows, whatever. It happens in the games, the competitive esports games. It happens in StarCraft, it happens in Dota 2, it happens in all that stuff. So it's something that we will have to deal with. For IPL specifically, it seems like they're going to be having invite-only tournaments, and they'll be limited, and they are in discussion with the TOs. Put all those things together, we can avoid collisions to the best of our ability, as good as the majors that already exist are. So, again, this is something that could potentially be done very well. IPL has 2, maybe 3 or 4 in the future events per year. So, we can slide in a couple more events per year. As long as everybody works together, as long as there's communication early on, I think the collisions can be avoided. Obviously, some players are going to have to make a decision. I think those players will be pretty small in number ultimately, and we'll just get more content out of it in the end.